I heard about it kind of through a Google search. I went back for my degree during the pandemic. I had lost my job, and I was like, what better way to use this free time now than get another degree? And so I was doing some research, trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I wanted to be more particular about what I chose to do my schooling for this time around. And I knew I wanted to help people, but I didn't really know what area or capacity I can do that in. California State University, Dominguez Hills actually came up. I was like, this is perfect. And then I applied and I got in, and it just worked out wonderfully. In school, I did a lot of volunteering. I did a lot of public service work. And I was like, how can I make this into a career? I wasn't sure exactly what area I wanted to do, so I was hoping the degree would teach me the different areas. And so when I was doing research and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I came across corporate and social responsibility. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Figure out what's the best degree to go after that. And then that is where public administration came up. I did get to learn a lot in the nonprofit area. And so I got to take some of that into the current job I have now. So it just kind of worked out in a way my schooling got me to just a higher paying job and more into the area that I wanted to be in. I did love how easy the process was. The application process, hearing back from people, and just even being admitted to the school was very easy. A lot of interacting with students via Zoom, but my experience overall was really good. I really appreciated that it was strictly online, so I could really take my schooling anywhere. And I did start working while I was in school, and being back in the office 4 days a week, which would not have been as doable if I had another school. So I think that was really helpful. And also the teachers, even though they were online and maybe not even in the state, they were pretty reachable, and I really appreciate that as well. There wasn't any tracks for corporate responsibility for this program, but they did have a track for nonprofit. And I was like, okay, I'll start there, and then I'll kind of make my way into the corporate world after the fact. We do work with a lot of nonprofits at my job, so I do understand some of the frustrations or some of the things they're having to work with or work through, and why I can suggest hey, this is a good organization for us to work with. This is not a great organization to work with. It's kind of layered on itself. I've gotten to learn the foundations, and then I've gotten to work with both sides. So now I can have a unique view of that I can offer at this current job that I have. Figure out what you want first before you decide to jump in. Like myself, my path took me different places outside of what I studied, but it still provided a good view that I needed for the job that I have now. So it worked out. It was very financially feasible, I will say. I know there's a lot of higher level learning degrees that are much more expensive. And I paid out of pocket. I didn't do any loans. I didn't do anything. So it was pretty doable, especially with you guys being in California. I still think you get the same benefits. I still think you get the same teaching, the same schooling. So it's kind of what works better for your schedule. But yeah, I enjoyed my time there. 2 years went by really fast, I will say. I'm very glad I went back to school when I did.